you talked about wrong and disrespect, you're basically asking for a judgment-free world. And I think being non-judgmental is a big quality. But what happens when and you talked about healing as well. What happens when the person who's in the wrong is not willing to heal himself or herself? How do you then help a person like that? That willingness has to come from that person.
Yeah. So it's not necessary that the person believes they need to change. No.
Right.
That's it, right? So
Yeah.
suppose I am that person and you are family for me.
Yeah.
You can see that something which is not right for in me.
Right.
You can see it. It could be an addiction. It could be a
Yeah.
habit. It could be so many things. You can see it. According to you, it's not right for me. But I do not believe that I need to change. So how much ever you will try to change me,
Exactly.
I will not try to change, right? So now what can you do for me as family?
Yeah.
One, if I'm doing anything which is not right for me, I'm doing it because I'm emotionally not fit.
Hmm.
You know, anything, whether it's a wrong habit, whether it's an addiction, whether it's a way of working, I'm emotionally not in my best health, only then I do something like that. So now let's say it's like a battery. I'm here, okay? Suppose I'm at 30 and I'm not ready to change. You want to charge my battery, which means you want me to become emotionally stronger. If
Yeah.
I become stronger, I'll make the right decisions in life. I'll do the right
Right.
karma. But I'm not ready to energize my battery.
Yeah.
What can you do for me?
Yes.
If you are critical and judgmental about me,
Yeah.
you know, you are wrong. If I keep receiving from you, my 30 will go to 25
Right.
because you're not the only person. There are 20 people around me who
Yes.
create that same thoughts for me. It's a big ripple effect that happens. So my battery goes like this, it just keeps on depleting. But if you pray for me, radiate blessings for me, you understand, you're compassionate, you understand I'm going through a lot of pain, I am dis-ease in my mind, that's why I'm behaving like this. What we believe is that family member is causing pain to us. What we forget is that family member is in pain.
Exactly.
They are in pain. So when you have that kind of a mindset, your compassion will radiate to me. And what your compassion will do, my that 30 will start going to 35.
Right.
Compassion is the biggest gift we can give to people, which means non-judgmental,
Yes.
non-critical. That will start energy. It'll be slow. If I
Yeah.
do it, it'll be faster. But if
Hmm.
even if others around me are, thinking right for me, they will be healing me
Hmm.
just by thinking right for me. Because by thinking right, you're not thinking wrong. So you're not radiating the opposite. So it's a huge gift. It's a
Yeah.
huge gift to people around us.
But of course, it's also a very slow process.
It is slow,
You
but
have to have a
but
lot of patience.
no, but what is happening? I'm at 30.
Yeah.
If you take care, it may be very slow, but I'll go to 35. But if
Right.
you don't take care, I'll come very fast to 25.
Right.
So it's a big gift.
Right.
It's a big gift. It's like a disease. At least you've stopped my disease where it is.
Right.
I'm not declining. And then once it's stopped, it'll definitely get better.
Have you seen it helping families? Have you seen a change in families by practicing this?
Oh, lots. Yeah, definitely. Most important is you can create a very positive environment in the house for that person. You
Right.
see, if in a house there is one particular case like that, then the whole house seems to go, it's as if it's a very unhappy family
Right.
because everybody is only talking that, only worrying, only in pain.
Yeah.
So, in an uncomfortable environment, how will that individual get healed?
Right.
Forget something like this. Even if someone's going through a physical ailment,
Yes.
someone's going through a mental health issue, everyone else goes into pain in the
Right.
mind. If
Yes.
everyone goes into pain, how is that one person going to get healing energy?
Right.
How is that one person? But if everyone is able to take care of their mind and thinking powerful, they are contributing to healing that person. So our minds play a very important role in healing others.
So that's why you constantly talk about training your mind.
Most
And
important.
so, what are the important things we talked about? Emotional resilience. What are the important ways we can train our minds?
Train is most important. That's what. If we at least keep 1 hour, see, From where are we learning all this? I'm
Right.
learning, everyone's learning in their different schools.
Yeah.
Now, let's say, for example, I'm learning at the Brahma Kumaris. So
Right.
what am I learning every day? I'm learning every morning. At the Brahma Kumaris, every morning we have a study class.
Right.
It's 7 to 8 in the morning in 140 countries, in 8,500 centers at the same time, which means the 7 a.m. of every country. We are at our center.
Right.
365 days of the year. There is no holiday in that
Wow.
study class of 7 to 8. So now this is a study.
Hmm.
So, like we study to become a doctor, a jurist, a media person. So, I'm studying every morning how to think right. It's a school. So, that's spirituality. So, if
Manoj,
you
how you handle the time zone difference when you are doing at the same time? How
no, I said 7 a.m. of every country.
every country, okay.
Every country. So every
Because
country does it as first thing in the morning before
morning.
we all leave for work, or we leave for our daily duties. So we first go for an hour to the center and then we're off for the day.
Hmm.
You see, I will ask you one question because what you're saying makes sense because how to change the new generation. Now materialism is going up now this country because people are going after materialism rather than doing anything else. The youth of the country, the new generation, they want to have good life, good gadgets, everything good they want to have. So earlier, what you teach is more about values. But people are thinking on the valuations of their product. The conflict between inspirations and aspirations, conflict between values and valuations. How you solve these kind of conflicts in the society now?
Uh, People wanting to achieve aspirations, it's perfectly fine. But while working towards their aspiration, if they don't take care of their mind, then they're not happy even after achieving what they wanted to achieve. So like let's say from a student life, a student studying for an exam, then going into a college, then a professional college, these are their goals, these are their aspirations. But if they don't take care of their mind on a daily basis, then stress has become a part of their journey. Depression has become a part of a lot of journeys. Contemplating suicide becomes thought, very normal thought for many. So that was not a part of the aspiration. So moving towards the aspiration has to be a beautiful journey, because aspiration will be never ending. First it's school, then it's college, then it's my
Yeah.
career, so that's a part of life. And spirituality does not say that you're not going to do all this. You're going to do everything, achieve everything, buy what you want, but only right karma, right sanskars, values, ethicals, emotionally ethical, while you are achieving what you're achieving. So, and
Sure.
definition of success is very important. If
Yes.
if we call success only a performance based, that the more I achieve, the more society labels me as successful. So spirituality says the way you achieve is
Hmm.
more important than how much you achieve. So the
Get into
way
politics of it, and I won't get to business. I won't name people whether they have reached the success. You call them how they have reached the success. I won't get into it. But what you're saying, because what is happening now, you look at the number of divorce cases. There are more divorces happening in the country now, all over the world. No? There are more suicides happening in the country. More family disputes are happening. There are more and more conflicts happening in the society because the conflict between aspiration and inspirations and valuation and values. People like you, how can you suggest to control this increasing trend towards some kind of a conflict, I mean, some kind of a violence society?
whether we talk of divorce, whether we talk of conflict in families, whether we talk of depression or suicide, everything is a sign that we were not taking care of the mind. We were running. Even before COVID, you ask somebody, why don't you take out 30 minutes every morning for meditation? तो कहते हैं मरने के लिए भी फुर्सत नहीं है. These are the kind of lines we say कि हमारे पास मरने के लिए भी फुर्सत नहीं है. So we thought taking care of the mind was not important. We thought we'll do it after we are 70, or we thought it's for people who have nothing better to do in life, so they're just sitting like this in the morning meditating. We thought we are achievers, so हम first चीज सुबह उठते हैं and we are on the run, we are achieving. So why divorce rate? Two people who are achievers, who are working very, very hard throughout the day in tough situations, going through challenges, driving traffic 1 hour every day up and down. When they reach home in the evening, they are emotionally drained. Then their power to adjust, their power to understand, their power to tolerate, their power to forgive, That's all gone here. That's why divorce rate. Divorce rate is no other reason. Now, those same two people, if they spend at least 30 minutes to energize their mind on a daily basis, they will work hard throughout the day, they will drive through the traffic, but when they will come home in the evening, they will still be like this. Relationships will be perfect. So it's only because we were running, suddenly in the last 20 years, we're running very fast. And we're running fast. It's like physically. If I want to run a marathon, I cannot just get up and run. I have to train, I have to eat well, I have to sleep, I have to take care. If I just run a marathon, I'll collapse. So that is what has happened for a lot of us. We are running this marathon of life without training ourselves, so we collapse. अगर हम माइंड का ध्यान, बॉडी का ध्यान रख के फिर सारा दिन चलेंगे, relationships will be beautiful.
How,
Beautiful.
how is the family unit changed? Do you think it needs to change in this environment, especially in terms of division of labor, outside the home, inside the home? Who's the primary caregiver for the child? These are all questions that have come up with the increasing, presence of women in the workforce. A lot of changes have taken place in the family, including the nuclear family. How do you see the family, the Indian family, changing under the impact of all this?
See, a joint family system,
Yeah.
which means where a child was not only having their parents but also having
Yes.
grandparents, is a very, very big source of emotional health for a child.
Yeah.
Because you are getting so much power and blessings. It's not just physical care that somebody is feeding you,
Yeah.
but it's emotional care. And also the ability to be able to adjust with so many people in the family.
Right.
So that's where our ability to adjust was getting done. We don't
Yeah.
have to train, it was happening
Yeah.
automatically.
Exactly.
So a child growing up in a family of 10
Hmm.
with cousins and uncles and aunties automatically was trained how to live with different sanskars.
Right.
Then we shifted to 5, then 2, and now every child says my own room.
Yeah.
So you see now my own room and my technology, not
Yeah.
even playing out very often in the
Yeah.
evening and all. So the ability to adjust is not getting used. So
Right.
if I don't use my particular power, I will start losing that power.
Right.
You know, like earlier we remembered everyone's birthdays, everyone's phone
Yeah.
numbers. So we are the same generation. Today we don't remember their birthdays, their phone
Right.
numbers, because they're all fed. So
Right.
I stopped using my power to remember. My memory power is declining. Similarly, my power to adjust. Now again, the new children and the generation of now, the ability to listen to a no,
Yeah.
the ability to listen to a no, because especially in urban India, we're growing up with all facilities right from day one. When a
Yeah.
baby is born, you have everything.
Right.
And plus the parents will ask, aap kya khayenge,
Yeah.
aap kya pehnenge, I don't remember my mother ever asking me, aap kya khayenge, what will you wear and all. We were told like, ye bana hai, kha lo. So what we realize now, how beneficial that was,
Yeah.
because what that was teaching me is that what life gives you, you have to adjust with that. You
Right.
can't tell life, I want this to eat, I want that to eat. But today's child is
Hmm.
getting to choose right from when they are 1 year old. So
Hmm.
when they're going to be 10, 15, 20,
Hmm.
if life gives them something which they don't like,
Hmm.
that power to be able to not get things their way would not have been developed.
Right.
So parents need to say no.
Right.
They need
Shivani
to
ji,
say no.
the way
Even if they
you
have everything, you have to say
They
no.
have to say no.
Shivani, the way you are saying that the future is very dark that way. It means the kind
No, it's
of
not.
technology,
Future is future.
technology is going to create a great divide between parents and children. Technology is going to, its physical relationship, emotional things, they will disappear, as Jackie pointed out. The kid is in her or his room all the time. They've got the iPad. Without iPad, you don't see a person, a 5-year-old in urban India, which you're talking about. So spirituality is something which new generation may not be able to relate to, which is a danger for the humanity as a whole.
Technology has made our life extremely comfortable. So we really don't blame technology at all for anything. Technology is very beneficial, but if I don't use it the right way, then that's my responsibility. So I would not blame a phone or my iPad or my internet or my TV. Everything makes life comfortable. But how much I use it, how I use it, and what I consume for it, is my moral responsibility. So it's every family will have to create the culture of their house.
Right.
Let's say simple, what we tell everybody, you should not have your phone and TV when you're having your meal.
Right.
So how much time does it take to have a meal?
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Right.
If everyone eats together, 15 minutes.
Right.
But at those 15 minutes, there should be no TV on and there should be no phone with you on the dining table. I mean, no one's going to pick up and start talking in the middle of having a meal. Now, if that much also nobody wants to do, then our karma, our consequence, but because this is what we are doing. But many of them want to do it, and when they do it, they get amazing results. Because when we're eating, food is not just for the body. Food vibrations affect the mind. So if I'm watching news or if I'm watching something which has violence, and today children are watching violent cartoon films while eating. Children at the age of 2 and 3 are given screens before eating, and parents say, "Aap picture dekho, main aapko khana khila deti hu."
That's
So
what
now
happened.
this is something we are doing. So we are responsible. We are training that child to distracted eating. So if that child learns distracted eating from this age, then to go back to mindful eating will be a little tougher for them. Of course, anyone can change at any age, but we are not being right to them emotionally. We're not. So because we are working, we have less time, we have less patience, we say, chalo khana to khalo. Chalo,
Right.
khalo. So we're focusing on the body, ke khana kha liya, but we're not taking care of the mind. But there are a lot of families now who've seen it, and now they're very strict that they will not give screens to their children, they will not have screens during meal times. It takes them little time to go through the de-addiction process, but a lot of houses are doing it. So it's all each one to their own. No, like always, it's always each one to their own. What they will do with their karma is our responsibility.
I was about to ask you, you talked about de-addiction. I was about to ask you about detoxing the mind, which you also talk about. So how do you detox the mind? How do you first, once you've decided, so how do you go through that process?
So detox the mind is only all about content consumption.
Right. Again.
Watch which movie you watch,
Right.
which serial you watch,
Right.
which songs you listen to, what books
What you
you
read.
read, what
Right.
books you read, how much you consume from your social media posts.
Right.
Social media is a very comparison based platform.
Yeah.
So it's drastically increasing comparison and competition in society,
Right.
and self-esteem getting affected.
Yeah.
Earlier also, even when we were children, our self-esteem was so dependent on, oh, unke paas kya hai, uske paas kya hai. But that time our comparison was only in that little circle of
Exactly.
friends and relatives. But now that circles become global. So, and plus the addiction of waiting for people's approval.
Yeah.
So these few things are becoming very, very deep because of social media platforms. One is comparison and competition. Second is self-esteem, because I am comparing myself, and because, people post their things in very different ways. I
Yes.
start believing everybody is happy except for me.
Yeah.
Everybody has the best spouse except for me. Everybody has the best. It's something we're not doing. We're not taking it the right way.
Yeah.
And third is dependency on people's approval.
Right.
People will, if people approve of my post, then I'm a good person.
Right.
So that's not good for our self-esteem.
Endorsement by others.
Yeah.
Endorsement by others. Yes, absolutely. So so exactly, now the social media handle was made for people to connect with each other,
Yeah.
people to be friends with each other. But now it all depends. हम उसको वहां से कहाँ लेके जाने वाले हैं?
Right.
So that's about how we use what we get.
Right.
But yes, it's having a drastic effect on human minds. That's for sure.
And one of the last questions, then Ms. Chawla, if you have any others, the power of words. You've also been very vocal about the words you use, and the words you use, you say, manifest into thoughts, and that manifests into change. How do you choose your words carefully? What are the words you choose? What words have good vibrations? How do you decide that?
It's first thoughts, then
Right.
words.
Okay.
So the thoughts we choose will come
Right.
out into words, and
Right.
then in our behaviors.
Right.
And thoughts manifest. In
Right.
Hindi, we say sankalp se siddhi.
Stay Siddhi, yeah.
Sankalp se siddhi. So thoughts manifest The words create our world. We know all these things, you know.
Right.
When we get a quote like that, we share it with everybody.
Yeah.
Our words create our world.
Right.
But what are my words on a daily basis?
Right.
So high vibrational thoughts and words,
Right.
and low vibrational thoughts and words. Like, even let's look at it during this COVID, we've been using very low vibrational thoughts and words.
Right.
So whether it's from any platform, बार बार जो word use हो रहे हैं ना, they are not empowering words.
Right.
मतलब अगर मैं एक थोड़ा सा पढूं तो I'll go like this after
Right.
that. But so every platform, whatever we are presenting, give the information, but give it in a way that the listener or the viewer takes it, but also gets strengthened to handle it.
Right.
You know, but not takes it and then collapses with it.
Right.
So then we are not doing it right for society as a large. And as far as an individual's vocabulary is concerned, our vocabulary, our words will create our state of mind and our personality. A lot of people even use abusive words.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody uses abusive words, they're not low vibration, they are like lowest vibration.
Yeah.
And so many abusive words have become part of vocabulary.
Yeah.
They're called normal. So words, you know, so if you have words which are pure, positive, then you're energizing yourself with your every line that you speak. But if you have words which are ये तो खत्म, ये तो impossible, ये तो हो नहीं सकता, ये तो hopeless है, इसका क्या? So every word that I speak, it's getting programmed here, no?
Right. Right.
So it's not about the listener, it's about me. The one who's speaking gets affected first.
Right.
नहीं,
So
आपने का जो कहा ना, शब्दों का प्रयोग जो है वो ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है,
बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है,
बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है।
बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट।
पॉजिटिवली, जैसे आपने कहा कि जब आई को वी में बदल दिया जाता है, इफ आई एम कोटिंग राइट सो टेल मी नाउ बिकॉज़ आई डोंट नो वेयर आई एम पिकिंग इट अप। जब आई को वी में बदल दिया जाता है तो इलनेस भी वेलनेस में बदल जाती है। Is it your quote or not?
No, it's not actually.
What do I do then?
I don't know.
But I agree with this. What you're saying,
Yeah, it's a
I
nice
agree
one.
with that. You perhaps may agree with it if it's not your quote.
Yeah.
It says that if you don't start thinking about I and converting to we, then you are looking at a bigger platform. You're going for a bigger convex. So you have to surrender your I to the we. Then probably you might be thinking more positively than the others.
Yeah. Even a simple thing like gratitude.
Yeah.
You know, we tell people first few thoughts in the morning, do gratitude.
Yes.
Even in today, in the toughest situation also, there is a lot to be grateful for.
Right.
There is so much to be grateful for. Early in the morning, if I have gratitude to the higher power, gratitude to my mind and body for being healthy, gratitude to family, gratitude to people I work with, gratitude to everyone who's taking care of the country and the world today, and gratitude to nature. So just by creating 4 or 5 thoughts of gratitude, I'm shifting my mind to a higher frequency. Then my mind will not shift towards a lower vibration of complaining during the day.
Right.
You know, the shukriya ya shikayat. Where am I going? It's like there's water in my tap every day, no gratitude. लेकिन अगर एक दिन पानी नहीं आया, lot of shikayat. So that is, these are gently, it is very gradual that it happens, but this is just shifting our vibrations. Even gratitude to matter, the bed you get up from, you know, your chappal is lying there for you, the way we fold our bed sheet, or we just throw it, and you know, how we are connecting. It's a relationship, not only with people, with the self, but with objects. And a relationship with time. समय के साथ रिश्ता बहुत important है. Always repeatedly saying, I'm busy, I have no time, does not create a good relationship with time. As if time and we are against each other.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying nice things about time. I say, मरने की भी फुर्सत नहीं है. It's a very wrong line to say about time. So time and me don't create a good relationship. So I should say, I have a lot of time.
Right.
I have more time than I need. We never use the word busy. Never. It's not part of the vocabulary. I can say I'm occupied. We can do this next week. But never say busy. We can be working 18 hours a day, but busy has nothing to do with that. Busy is only here. A lot of clutter. A lot of clutter. So the words we use, अभी क्या होता है, छोटे छोटे बच्चे बोलते हैं, I'm very busy, I'm very, because they picked it up. They picked it up from the air, and they are using that word at the age of 5. So you see now, when this 5-year-old child becomes 40 years old, by then it's different. So
Thank Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Chawla, any
No,
last?
it's okay. No, thank you very much.
Wonderful.
And
It was a wonderful session. We feel so good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shivani ji. And I think our viewers will benefit as well. So will our readers. Thank you very much.
Shanti. Thank you. Thank you, Chavla ji. बहुत बहुत
Thank you.
शुक्रिया.